So it begins in the lateral ventricles. And first you're up there's a little bit of this area at the frontal lobe, and then kind of down around and kind of back at the occipital horns, and then, woo, I get to swim around in the lateral ventricles a little bit, and then come forward and drop down through the intraventricular foramen, or the foramen of Monroe. And there's two of them, and then we drop down, and so now I'm inside my third ventricle. And at the front there's the infundibular stalk, and you can drop down in there, and then there's a little pituitary gland, and we get to sit there and be a little pituitary, queen pituitary, on her four-poster bed. We'll come back to her. And then we come back in the third ventricle. And we can swim down underneath, or up on top of the intrathalamic adhesion. And so if we come back and we settle in and kind of come down into this place in the rear of the third ventricle, then there's this place up here where if we go back a little further, whoop, we're on the pineal gland. And then we come back into the third ventricle, and now we can drop down through the aqueduct of Sylvius. It's really skinny in here. And down here, and then we drop, poof, into the fourth ventricle. And down in the fourth ventricle, it's like I'm gently holding the spinal column, and then there's these little places off my tushy where I'm dropping some fluid out into the subarachnoid space of the central nervous system, and then we can swim around the whole brain in this arachnoid net, which is like these collagen fibers of these little webs that are in the space between the dura of the brain and the central nervous system and the skull. And so then now I'm in this really, woo, my cerebrospinal fluid, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now I'm coming back down, and I'm back. Let me come back, because I got a little out of